Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ed's Masterclass. My name is Bella Kaja. I welcome you to, wow, there's so many of you in our room. Please say hi to everyone. Good morning. I'm really excited to be here. You're now seeing, I'm just at home. It's a beautiful day out. Thank you so much for, being here today, spending your morning with me to learn everything that you need to know about social media ads in general. What are we going to do with, our display ads and stuff like that? So there's just so much I want to cover. So I'm going to kickstart the class really, really promptly. What I would like for everyone to do is to maybe introduce yourselves on in the chat group, because we have people from Malaysia. Hi, everyone from Malaysia. Thank you so much for joining us. We have, of course, students from Singapore. We also have my students as well from Hatch. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. We have, of course, just some house rules. Um, just so you know, we have a few people, a few of my staff on the chat group. This is the first time that you are joining me, and if you're not too sure how a webinar works, don't worry. My staff, there's my team in there in the moderating. So if anything, if it's difficult to catch on, don't worry. This whole thing is recorded. We are giving you the presentation slides. We are giving you the recording of the webinar, so you can always refer to this at the end of the day. All right. So I hope everyone's ready. My coffee is here. I absolutely love. I'm not promoting Polka, but this is just something that I absolutely love. I got my coffee ready. I got my presentation slides ready. Take out your notebooks. Keep yourself comfortable. Let's do this. It's gonna be an interesting 2 hours. Let's do this, guys. Hi, Fami. Hi, Hanif. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Mardiana. Thanks, everyone, for coming again. Welcome to Social Media Ads Masterclass. This is, of course, a very one of my most favorite personal favorite skill to actually master. I took a long time to actually master this component of advertising on social media. A little bit of a background of who I am and what I do, and how did I fall in love with this whole advertising space. I first started off in advertising back in the day in 2012, already doing exposing myself to what we call billboard ads, very traditional marketing, television, commercials on radio, and stuff like that. So I kind of know the landscape about what makes an advertising tick. But back in the day in 2012, we're not talking about ads that are digital. We're talking about ads that are completely, traditional. So that was very interesting, because it's a lot to do with celebrity powerhouses. So if you are a celebrity, chances are I'll probably knock on your door. I'll ask you if you want to be an ambassador to the brand that I am representing. I'll put your face in my ad, and hopefully that particular billboard would resonate so much with an audience, and hopefully the sales will kind of go up. So that was pretty much the thing that was doing back in 2012. But today, in today's context, everything has changed. Everything has changed completely. So the thing about social media ads and digital display ads is that I want to give you a little bit of a of dipping your toes in this process, so that you understand how to really maximize your budget, even if you have absolutely $10 to spare. If you have $10 to spare, what do I do? Do I buy likes, or do I actually, do I actually, promote an ad? What do I do if I've only $10 to spare? So this is a thing that I wanted to share with you. I have been practicing on my clients' ad for so long, and I know what it takes to really bring awareness and engagement and even conversion to an ad. So I hope you will learn so much. I hope you learn so much. So maybe perhaps what you can do is, while I set up my PowerPoint slide, perhaps you can go on the chat group and let me know what are your biggest social media advertising challenges that you are currently facing. Do you even know how to do it? Are you confused with boosting posts, or are you confused with creating an ad from scratch? Are you confused with how to actually design it? Do I do a static ad? Do I do a simple banner? Do I do a video? What are your biggest concerns with advertisements on the digital space? please go ahead, fire the chat box away. I would love to hear your thoughts while I check on it to make sure that everything, because this is live, I want to make sure that my girls are okay, you guys are okay. I'm just checking into everything. All right, everything's good. Go ahead, guys. Let me know what are your thoughts. What are your thoughts about or what are some of the concerns that you have when it comes to advertising? All right, go ahead, guys. All right. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna kickstart the class. All right. All right, here we go, guys. So today's class is all about advertisements and what can we do digitally and on the social front. We are going to explore things like copywriting. We're going to explore things like, video editing. We're going to explore, designing. We're going to explore conceptualizing and also things like YouTube ads, Google ads, and PPC ads so that we can have a little bit of both, a little bit of everything so that when it comes to strategizing your marketing ads, right, is a component that is a component that is very well thought, very thoroughly put together to actually build a proper campaign. So again, let me know if you have anything you want to add about some of the concerns that you have with advertising. Just go ahead, let me know in the chat group, and I'll answer in just a bit. All right. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to break down the session in two different forms. Yeah. So, like I said, if this is the first time that you're joining me, don't panic. Everything here is recorded, so you can always revisit this in the pipeline. We're going to give you a post a post webinar catch up on email as well, so that we can actually you can actually see for yourself that everything is clear post webinar. So essentially we are going to cover two sessions. We're going to talk about advertisements in general. We're going to talk about the theoretical aspects to advertisements, and then moving forward, right after that, we're then going to basically create an advertisement from scratch. All right. So it's really simple. I don't think it's really it's a lot to do. It's not so much about it's not so much about it's not so much about the budget that you actually have. I think the biggest concerns that I always get from students or business owners is that I don't even know where to start. Because the thing about advertisements is that we are so used to the concept of boosting ads because it's so easy to a business owner. Every time you go on Facebook, every time you're on Instagram, there's a little blue little button that's at the bottom of your post, and it says that boost this post, and everyone is so compelled to just press the post, press the booster button, and to boost that post for $10. But you have no idea that you're not the only person who is actually boosting this post. There's about a billion of you who's doing the same thing, and that is how Facebook makes money, right? So the thing about boosting posts is also very different from creating an ad from scratch. So we're going to explore what is the difference between boosting the post and creating an ad from scratch. So Mr. Soke, hi, good morning. You mentioned that what is the best way to differentiate a target audience. So in my class today, we're going to explore how to even target an advertisement and conceptualize it to even at the level of disposable income, meaning to say you are absolutely able to target high income earners, right? You're able to target students. You're able to target, like, moms. If you just wanted an advertisement specific for moms, there are tools to help you do that, and they are all free. So whatever that I'm trying to teach you today is absolutely nothing that it's absolutely nothing that I think you need to really invest as a tool, because there are already made tools that are given by Facebook and Google. The only thing that I really needed to, I really need you to understand is that should you want to create, basically, should you want to create an ad that is far more engaging, and if you want to explore videos, then yes, I am actually going to encourage you to actually create video ad campaigns that may just need a little bit of your ad money, a little bit of a budget to invest in the software. In only because I want you to explore the software that will only make your ad pop should you not have a graphic designer or a video editor in place. So this is some of the this is some of the tools that we're going to explore later on. So yes, Mr. Silky, we are going to explore how to actually create a targeted ad specifically for an audience. Yeah. So right. So someone asked if your ads is still low in conversion. I feel if you have permanent budget, what do I do next? So this is the thing about pausing our ads. Is it possible to actually pause an ad or stop an ad if it's not converting? Absolutely. So this is the thing about me walking you through my back end so that you can see for yourself what are some of the components that are very, very important when it comes to monitoring your advertisement. So it's not just about putting up the ad, it's not just about creating the ad from scratch, it's about monitoring your ads so that it becomes something that is a well-fed system to the marketeer or to yourself as a business owner so that you know exactly where your budget is actually going. Yeah, is actually going for. Alrighty, so let's kick start. I'm gonna show my screen again. Let me know if there are any questions. My girls are absolutely there, ready to answer any of your questions. Should you have any concerns about how to move forward with your ads? Yeah. So let's kickstart this class. I'm gonna leave my camera there. All right, just a little bit about who we are as a business. If this is the very first time getting to know us or getting to know Nimble, Nimble started back in the day in 2016, and that was how I built the business from scratch. And I built it with just me, myself, and I. So a lot of things that I am telling you is really because it's really because it really comes from a practitioner's point of view. I have been practicing on ads for like the longest time. The very first time I ran an ad, it was on Facebook, and I remember it was back in the day. It was promoting, it was not boosting, and I used to actually run ads to actually buy likes or basically get likes to a Facebook page. And I remembered how incredibly expensive that is, and I always ask myself, why in the world would any business owner want to buy likes or buy a page likes? Because it really doesn't make sense. So so the thing about like running advertisements with my team is that a lot of times a lot of businesses know us first as the girls who do social media, the girls or the ladies who do advertisements, or the ladies who run campaigns on with content marketing. The thing is, Nimble is a very holistic agency. When we run campaigns, we don't just look into the organic reach of a particular campaign. We also take a look at like some of the aspects that are away from social media, things like email marketing. So I have my girls here who design, conceptualize, who basically copyright for emails so that we can actually move away from not from just social media, so that we can actually nurture leads even outside of social media. So a lot of times people think that I'm only we only do social media, even though that's what we are so popular with. But the truth is, we are a holistic marketing, digital marketing agency, an all-women team who truly understand marketing at the very core of what we do. So that's what we've been doing for the longest of times. And these are the people that we actually run ads for. And I have to say this. I we design ads for Property Guru, and I am fully aware of what exactly it takes to buy eyeballs or to buy awareness, because some of these brands are really hardcore advertisers, and this is a thing that I wanted to share with you, that it is not just about the brands who have the money to run ads. I really feel that even when you're just starting out, or even if you're just a small business owner, if you understand the concept of advertisement, you really am able to really run a successful ad campaign, if only you understand what advertisements and its objectives can really do for your business. So today I'm about to do a lot of myth busting. I'm about to really share the concepts about like advertisements outside of social media, so that you can have a full-fledged view of like what are advertisements to begin with at the end of the day. All right, so here's the thing about advertisements. Okay, so typically of my PowerPoint slides, I rarely have like very wordy words. I hope that when you're there and you're listening, I hope you write this down, because what I want you to do, I want you to be participative. I've been through so many webinars myself. I've executed so many webinars myself, and I'm told that like sometimes a lot of people prefer not to have it so wordy. So this is my trademark. Yeah, I'm just basically gonna flash you some slides, and I hope in hopes that you are there wherever you are taking down notes, you are paying attention, so that you can really absorb what's really going on about advertisement. So the thing is, when we talk about advertisements, I am not suggesting, and this is the thing, right? I am actually not suggesting that organic does not work. In fact, to be very honest, I'm a queen of organic reach. I really feel that as a marketer, I'm best known of for how to actually get someone or some brands super super duper viral, because I'm all about inbound marketing strategy, which is how to build communities from the ground up. So basically, when we do that, there is of course some cons to that. Obviously, yeah. So typical of a brand who comes on board with us, who wants us to be the agency to manage the client work. Typical of that is that we always tell them, look, I can't do much in the first month, and that's the truth, because the first month is a lot to do with auditing a business. It's a lot to be about restructuring the brand. It's a lot to do about what are some of the loopholes about their digital marketing that they never clients typically don't notice. So a lot of times, the first month that I always am with the client is all about auditing their business, and usually our campaigns have to go through a process of a long 3 month period. Now, why 3 months? Now, the reason why it typically does take 3 months to really create impact with organic reach is because, look, you are there to really, really readjust your collaterals, meaning to say your branding has to be readjusted, your color scheme has to be readjusted, your videos have to pop. There's just so many things that you are doing, and honestly, if you're just giving yourself 1 month to do all of the revamp, it is not enough. So typical of a campaign, right? We go through that process of 3 stages. Let me just check if everything is okay. I'm just gonna go to my okay. All right. My Telegram, my girls are okay, so I know we're good. So the thing is, right? So typical of an inbound marketing strategy, and if you are my student or you have been through my classes before, inbound marketing, INBOUND, is the idea of how you storytell your way through that awareness stage. So typical of how customers find you is, number one, they have to live, first of all, they have to be aware of who you are and what you do. So this is the first stage of buy cycle. Typically, everyone needs to know about you. Everyone needs to know about what you do, what you sell. So everyone goes through that process of awareness. Now, the second step to inbound marketing is the idea of consideration. Right after I click on the website, I'm checking out nimble.sg. I'm checking out, whether or not I'm legit on Instagram, whether I'm legit on YouTube. I'm trying to find more justification about the business before I make that decision. So everyone goes through that process of consideration. So there you are, organically trying to convince or storytell your way through getting the customer from one stage to the other. And right after that period of consideration, right, you typically bring your customer to the next level of what does it mean to convert your audience or your potential customer. So this is a tough bit. The whole process for a client would typically take us 3 months to not only build them a community, to not only revamp their branding, to not only rework their storytelling. So typically it is going to take a very long period of time, and it usually is 3 months for me to actually convince my clients that that is actually the amount of time we are going to need if we're going to do inbound. So, which is why it is really, really important that you balance this out with what we call advertisement, so that we can actually do outbound advertisement, that we can do outbound storytelling, so that the level of marketing is completely holistic. That we're not just banking on like organic reach. That there is some firepower, additional firepower to actually boost the awareness that you truly deserve. Yeah. So that's the thing about ads. Ads has a stigma. It used to be that people are just so obsessed with boosting ads because it's so easy, that they realize that, hey, I keep boosting this and I keep getting reach, but it has got nothing to do with my conversion, because guess what? They don't do additional steps like installing a Facebook pixel. Yeah. So this is another thing about this is another thing about novice marketeers or novice ad marketeers, whereby I'm just gonna boost that ad. Yes, I'm just gonna create in Instagram boosted post or whatever. That they don't realize that the very core of to make sure that your ad works is that you have this component called Facebook pixel. Yeah, and Facebook pixel is typically a little cookie that you actually attach to the website so that you know that there is legit traffic coming from your ad to the website. So this is basically a cookie to track whether or not all the work that you're doing for advertisement would actually bring you traffic to the site. Now, if you were to do this without a Facebook pixel, and if you have concerns about what in the world is a Facebook pixel, don't worry, I'm going to cover that. Yeah. So we have some concerns about that. Don't worry, yeah, because this is a thing. Number one, I would tell you how later on how to set you up for success for ads. Yeah, and what I'm talking about, what I'm referring to is how to actually be social media ads ready. So there are some components or there is an anatomy that you have to follow through to make sure that you will not fail when it comes to creating an ad. So that's one, the structure. Now, the second thing that a lot of people, they typically don't understand is that they confuse their social media posts to be an ad. So this is another thing that a lot of business owners typically do. They will create a video and they're really very proud of a particular video that that is about a minute long, and then they realize that hey, this video can also be used for an ad. Once again, they just boost that particular video thinking that it can be an ad. Now, the thing about the sensitivity, so let's talk about the sensitivity to videos and the or the ad creative. There's a lot of things about it that goes into making an ad successful. Now, one of the things that makes an ad so successful is, of course, number one, the call to action. So the thing about if your video is just an awareness video, it's just like a typical video it's just a simple storytelling video. At the end of the video, there's no call to action. There's nothing in there that reminds us as to how to take action. That is not a successful ad creative. So this is a thing about making sure that everything in that video creative is something that will compel someone to take action. What you say in the video, what is the storyboard in the video? What is the soundtrack to the video? What is included in the video? What are elements that are in the video? Are you going to do a realistic interpretation of an ad? Are you actually just going to use an infographic for your ad? What are some of the ways that you can actually do to create advertisements? If you're not, if what if you don't have videos? Is there any other ways that I can create an ad if I don't do videos? So these are sort of things that I will be exploring later on as well. Yeah. So that's the thing about the ads creative. Now, the final thing about ads is that there's a huge misconception that only people with a huge amount of budget will thrive in this space. Now, this is a thing that I wanted to tell you. It's not about having $1,000 or a five-figure or a five-figure or four-figure sum to actually, create an ad campaign or a successful ad campaign for your marketing strategy. Is really about optimizing the keywords. So the truth about ads is that look, even if we have a $20 budget or a $50 budget, but if you know how to select your keywords, if you truly know how to do a proper targeting audience, yeah, that is the key to success as to how you're going to build impact with just a simple ad, even if it is a static ad. So this is the three components about ads that I'm about to share with you, and I hope you're excited because there's just so much that we have to learn about advertisement. So it starts from the theory. Yeah, it starts from the theory. So this is the thing I'm about to give you, the ad week. And if you don't know what is ad week, a quick Google about ad week or a quick Instagram search on ad week will share with you the world's best advertisement, static advertisement yeah, or video advertisements to actually give you some inspiration as to what can be your next ad or what can be done for your next advertisement on social media. So in this case, this particular book is really, really good. Now, if you're my summit student, I know I know you have actually received this. So this is actually for the rest of my students who have no idea how to even copyright and add copy. So the thing about copywriting is also another skill that I think you really need to master. Copywriting, making that ad copy so delicious, so click worthy, so compelling. This is something that needs to be trained. So it's not just words to compel people to click the ad. It's a lot to do with what kind of words, what are some of the choices of words that you utilize in the video, in the static, in the caption itself to compel people to create what I call, please write this down, a FOMO mentality. FOMO. This is not a language for the millennials only, honestly. This is really something that a lot of people have heard of, but I like to utilize this a lot in my class because this is really at the core of what we do as a marketer. At the core of what I do as a marketer is to basically create an urgency, a sense of urgency to my audience so that they are compelled to buy now rather than buy later. So the thing about creating that fear of missing out mentality, that is a thing about how do we really think about changing things up to make sure that someone is so compelled to take action by swiping up, clicking through, installing the app and stuff like that. So a lot of the times it goes back to the very essence of what makes a copy great. So now one of the things, another misconception about copywriting is that it's just words, what, right? I mean, I just put a bunch of sentences together. I just put some figures in there, 50% off, and I'm sure the ad will do very, very well. This is another misconception. That is not a copy, guys. That is basically a sentence to describe your ad. Now, the thing about copywriting is very specific. It is powerful words to actually compel someone to take action. So this is from me to you. So I'm about to share this with everyone right now. So please download this off. Yeah, I'm about to share this with everyone right now. Right? Yeah, let me see if everyone's okay. All right, there you go. All right. So that should be in there. Okay. That should be in there. All right. Okay. So someone asked whether there should be a formula to put ads up front. How much do I put for Facebook? How much do I put for Instagram? All of that will be answered. Don't worry. I'm going to get there. All right. So it's really important that you understand the theory first and then we're going to get our hands dirty. So yeah, stick around. All right. So what's next? Okay. So I'm going to continue to share my screen. Okay. All right. There you go, guys. Now, Now, of course, we won't be able to understand ads if we don't understand who in the world is David Ogilvy. Now, he's my hero, and he has always been my hero because, like, when I first started out in advertisement, this was my mentor, somewhat. I had to learn through that process, that rigorous process of like what makes an ad great, what makes an ad, so click worthy, what makes an ad so deliciously enticing. Now, the thing about what I love about David's quote is that he says here, tell the truth and make the truth so fascinating so that you don't bore people out of your mind. You can't bore people into buying your product, and you can only interest them into buying it. So here's the thing: when it comes to advertisement, you need to get it into our heads that we are literally just buying eyeballs. Now, unless we are creating an advertisement that is what we call a lead generation ad, where truly that ad is when you swipe up, there is some form of an exchange of some data of some sort, yeah. And thereby, when you think about it, when you run a lead gen ad, that is far more expensive than rather than creating an ad for awareness. Because David Ogilvy is suggesting here that you create an ad for awareness, compel people to buy, interest them to buy, entice them to buy, right? But it is basically what we're trying to say is that make sure that when you run an ad, make sure to go wide, make sure to go make sure that it is able to reach as many people as possible. Because aren't we all running ads to buy eyeballs? Aren't we all doing that? So this is what Mr. David has said, and I kind of like it a lot. And this has been at the core of what I do as a marketer, always reminding myself that number one, when it comes to advertisement, yes, we tell the truth. Yeah. So how do we do this? How can we conceptualize an ad so truthfully yet so creatively? Because we're not out there to oversell ourselves. We're not out there to undersell ourselves either. But it has to be a beautiful marriage of a a humble copy, but in a very creative in a very creative method, where you are able to combine these two together to create a stunning ad that will get people to be compelled to click. Yeah. So please read more about David. And of course, he runs an agency. I mean, Ogilvy to today is one of the biggest advertising agencies ever in the world. So this is something is supposed to inspire us. But hang on, I have a lot of students who ask me, Bella, how can we relate to brands on that are managed by Ogilvy? They are all big, big, big brands. Nike, Adidas. How can I ever relate to big brands like that? But that's the thing. It's about understanding how brands and their marketing strategies work, how Apple works, how Samsung actually create those ads, and try to apply that to a small little business or a small business or a medium enterprises, so that we understand that we can borrow these concepts for our own advertisement. There's a lot that you can learn from brands, a lot that you can learn, right? So we'll explore the kind of creatives that other brands are doing, other big brands are doing, to see how that can be done for ourselves. Let's do that. Right. So here's some of the fundamental basics of advertisement. So I'm gonna go through what I would call, I think, maybe like the toughest one. Maybe I've never heard of this before. Maybe I've heard of it, but you have no idea what the heck is it. We're gonna go through all of this in just a bit, but let's get to know all of them. Yeah. So number one, right? First and foremost, understand what is an ad creative best practice. You will not be able to create an ad if you do not know at the core is these are some of the things that you must do. Number one, research on your competitors. Why in the world create an ad but you have no idea or no inkling what are the other competitors are doing? And do you know that because we're not doing organic work, right? Because we're not doing it like, through social media, postings and stuff like that, because we're not doing this through email marketing, we are allowed to be or in this case platforms. There are so many platforms that allow us that allows transparency to actually reveal to you what other creatives are also doing, what other marketers are also doing. You can even check out your competition online to see how much they have been spending on their ads. It is that crazy when it comes to digital marketing ads. Yeah. So research on your competitors. Yeah. Do a live research on your competitors so that you know that, hey, just a month ago they are running this ad, and I know now that I cannot slack, that I should not be taking a back seat with, like, my paid ad. So this is something that is really, really important because it drives you and motivates you to do something more beyond than just or organic reach. Yeah. Next, think about your headlines. Yeah. Now, back in the day, it's all about, you used to have jingles, jingles, yeah, on the radio. Like when I was in London, when I lived in London, um, they are so known. They are so known to run so many jingles in the radio station that I thought, like, oh my gosh, it's like you are literally bombarded by so many advertisements and their jingles on the radio. You literally can sing along to it because it is so sticky. But the question is, did it compel you to actually take action where you can actually Google the business? Did it compel you to go to the website immediately right after? Typically, no, right? So the thing about back in the day, the ads in the back, traditional mass media, what we can do is we can borrow those things. We can borrow those methodologies. We can borrow those headlines. We can borrow those copy and try to actually apply this for ourselves. So what I'm really trying to get you to think about is to really, really think of a headline that really creates an immediate impact, because this is an ad. And remember what I mentioned about how a customer goes through that process of a buy cycle. And remember I told you that there are three buy cycles. There's like an awareness, there's a conversion, there's a consideration stage that an audience has to go through. Now think about an ad with a headline that is specific to an awareness stage, right? Think about a headline that is specific to someone taking a someone in the process of making a decision. What would that headline be for someone who's making that decision? What should I have in my static ad? What kind of words should I have? Right? Finally, if you want to make you want if you want to actually compel someone to make a decision now, what kind of a headline should you actually have on your ad so that they will actually be compelled to take action immediately? FOMO, fear of missing out. I got to do this. I got to swipe up now. Next, in order for you to actually create an ad that is really converting, is to really think of your design. Yeah. And what I mean by that is, I'm not asking you to create an ad through Photoshop. I'm not asking you to, master Illustrator. I mean, literally, legit, everyone. The illustrations that you see here, I didn't even design this. These are things that are free. And I'm going to share with you, and only with my students today, I'm going to share with you some of the platforms that you can actually maximize, where you'll be shocked at the level of like how how certain ads are done, and they are all utilizing illustrations to bring a message across. And these are all free tools and no Photoshop required. But hey, that is the aspect of just the design aspect or the static aspect to an ad. What about videos? Right? Are there simple mobile apps that we can utilize to make sure that we are able to run an ad or create an ad just using mobile? Because I'm not too sure how software works. I'm not a designer. I've never touched a computer. Can I just do this on my phone? Can I create quick ads on my phone? Yes, absolutely. But here's the thing. Create an ad that converts. So please make sure that you have an image, a hero image that sells. Don't create a convoluted design where I have to go like tap. I go like, what is this? This is you losing my attention after five taps or five swipes to your carousel, right? Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, don't overthink things. KISS is always a proponent for something that I always tell my students all the time. And KISS stands for, in marketing, is to keep it short and simple. And truly, the best ad is when it is short and is absolutely simple and it creates huge impact. So I hope that's clear. Yeah, I hope that's clear. So keep the questions coming in, right? I know there's a lot to explore, there's a lot to absorb. So keep the questions coming in. I will always go back to my chat to just check out if everyone's doing okay. But if you have anything you want to ask me, let's keep the questions. If you have really wow. I can't stop that from happening. But yeah, those are just some jets flying above me. But yeah, keep the questions coming in and I'll answer all of them hopefully by the end of the day. All right. So let's talk about the one that is considered the toughest, the pay-per-click ads. Yeah. Now, this is the first time that you're hearing a pay-per-click ad and you have no idea if your business is suitable for a pay-per-click ad, or you don't know where to begin. Then this is a little introduction to what is a pay-per-click advertisement. All right. So pay-per-click advertisement is obviously something that is typically done on the Google ad space. And in order for you to run an ad, a pay-per-click ad, number one, you need a Gmail account. Yeah, so you need a Google account to maximize the potential of what are the benefits of on Google. Let me just check if everyone's okay. This is really important. All right, okay. So basically, the thing about Google Space is that there is just so many tools for a marketer, and I'm going to help you with that later on, where I reveal to you how you're going to monitor your ads through Google and stuff like that, or where you can actually improve your knowledge on Google Ads as well. So the thing is, obviously, YouTube is owned by Google. So whatever that you plan to do for YouTube as an advertisement, you need to do it through Google anyway. Yeah. So the thing about pay-per-click is that there's a huge benefit to this. Yeah, because one of the things that I love about pay-per-click ads is that you are able to actually have full control of your ad budget. So even if you have $20 to spare, you are able to control it, unlike social ads. Because the thing about social media ads is that Facebook decides for you how much that ad budget is exhausted. So if you were to do a video ad, Facebook is gonna go like, yep, you did a Facebook ad, video ad. This is how I'm gonna charge you. I'm gonna charge you for engagement. I'm gonna charge you for impression. And because it's Facebook and that's how they make money, typically a Facebook ads is a lot more expensive than a Google ad. Believe it or not. Okay, so which is why a lot of times with my clients, I always tell them, hey, I think you're ready for a YouTube ad. Let's explore that because it's a lot, I would say, cheaper. Yeah, as an option, because according to Google, you can actually start an ad with as low as 75 bucks. But if you have $75 and you want to push that on social media, that budget is going to run very thin because engagement on Facebook and Instagram is really very high. Yeah, so they are fighting for the budget. Yeah, they are fighting for the budget. So here's the thing. The thing about pay-per-click ad as well is that like you need to understand that these are some common terms that when you hear of your marketer reporting back to you, you need to understand that you are paying for impression. Yeah, you're also paying for click through. So the essence of pay-per-click is this. It's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. It's really very simple. You pay for the clicks. If no one clicks your ad, you don't pay. Yeah, if no one clicks your ad at all, you don't pay. You save the budget. So this is brilliant because I can have the ad running, but if no one clicks on it, I can still have that eyeballs up for my brand up, and that's pretty much okay. So that is how pay-per-click works. So I'm going to share with you later on exactly what I mean. Yeah. So how does pay-per-click work? Well, typically I have to obviously number one identify my keywords. What's on the keywords that so you have to kind of put yourself in the shoes of your target audience. You have to put yourself in the shoes of your customers, and you have to ask yourself like, all right, if I'm trying to sell a digital marketing course, if I'm here trying to promote digital marketing, what are some of the struggles or some of the problems that like my customers are typically facing, and try to identify and niche those keywords out. Yeah, niche it out. And basically streamline it and thereby create an ad based on those keywords. Really simple, guys. Really simple. So in theory, this is how you're gonna do it. Yeah, you're gonna do it through YouTube ads. But remember, you are not able to do this if you don't have a Google account. So you have to have a Google account. Yeah, so you can explore YouTube ads, and then you're gonna explore Google Ads as well. So really just literally just type Google Ads, and then basically it's just gonna be this platform. So it's just gonna be popped up. Um, but as you can see here, later on I'll explain. I'll do this live with you. Yeah, I'll do this live so that you don't have to worry. This is the thing that I wanted to share with you. Okay, the good thing about pay-per-click ad is that this is truly one of the easiest way to acquire traffic. Meaning to say, you can definitely bring traffic to site very easily with pay-per-click. Now, the problem, and later on I'll explain what is the issue, is that the problem is it really is highly dependent on how much other marketeers or how much other businesses are bidding for that keyword as well. So, for example, if I have more budget, say for example, this lady has $6 to spare for that particular keyword, and you have only $4 to spare on that particular keyword, then obviously that keyword is going to have is going to be an aggregated value, and thereby what Google is going to do is that is actually going to basically show the ad to the highest bidder. Yeah, to the highest bidder. So a lot of times you need to understand you don't have to actually bid on number one. You don't necessarily have to bid on the most common keyword. Say for example, I'm in digital marketing space. I don't want to bid on digital marketing. I can bid on social media. Maybe the keyword social media is a lot cheaper. Maybe I can bid on the keyword Instagram. I have to compare. You have to compare. Yeah. What is the most expensive keyword as compared to what are the keywords that I can actually utilize for my pay-per-click ad? So that's the thing about what's really bad about this, or what is the boon about this, is that it's really a wallet's game. If you have a lot of budget to spare, pretty much you can actually really maximize the space on Google to really run your ads, and Of course, you need to understand that the pay-per-click platform is really, really competitive as well. So this is the thing about pay-per-click. While it is good that it leads you direct traffic to site, while it is good that it will lead you directly to a call, yeah, a call, is really highly competitive. So let's see how this is done. How this is done, real time, yeah, real time. So, all right. Oh, everyone's okay. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna share my screen on Chrome to just give you a sense of like what typically people would Google. Yeah. So I'm going to share my window. Right. I'm gonna share. So I'm on Google. So I just type Google. Yeah, there you go. All right. So there you go. This is Google. Says for example, I'm trying to promote Nimble and I'm trying to promote my digital marketing class. So this is what I do. I go digital marketing course. There you go. As soon as I type digital marketing, these are all the suggestions that are done by Google for a consumer. Yeah. But I am very specific because I'm here to upgrade my skills. So I'm gonna click on digital marketing course. And then here's the thing. What I am seeing right now is a couple of things. Now, typically, this is what we call an ad that is above the fold of a search result. So this is what we call above the fold. So as you can see, one, two, three, four. These are four ads that are basically currently running, right? Running. As soon as I type digital marketing course, these are the ads that have popped based on pay per click, right? So as you can see here, these are all ads, and as you scroll down, you scroll down, you scroll down, these are all the organic search results. Yeah. So as you can see, organic search results won't appear above the fold. They are typically below the fold. So if you are surfing the internet, or if you are surfing the web, or surfing the website, you are typically researching in the middle of the night, you kind of like tend to see the ads first, but out of curiosity, you probably will click it, but eventually, you definitely would also go back to exploring organic search results, because this is how consumers behave. Yes, they will click an ad, but at the end of the day, in order for us to find out if something is legit, I'm actually going to click on an ad. Sorry, I'm actually going to click on a search result that is absolutely organic, because it's right there. I get to click it. It's still informative. Let me see whether or not this is legit. So that is how consumers behave. But how much did Equinet, General Assembly, matschool.edu.sg, how much, and if you're in Malaysia, right, how much do you have to bid for your pay-per-click ad? So this is the first tool to actually download in your Chrome extension. There's a tool called Keyword Surfer. Can you see that? Yeah. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, like what in the world is keyword surfer, what you have to do is to, number one, understand that I don't work with a Safari. I'm a Mac, but I don't go on Safari. I don't go on Firefox. I'm working on a Chrome, because it's less spammy. There's just a lot more things on the Chrome that you can do, you can utilize, because you can bring more extensions and stuff like that onto it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you a little bit about Chrome extension. So I want you to type Chrome extension store. Okay, right. I tell you, I'm in love with Google, because seriously, there's just really a lot that you can do just with the web store alone, that you can utilize to optimize your Chrome experience, with Google. Yeah. So what I want to do is I want you to type the word keyword surfer. Okay. Right. So when you actually click on keyword surfer, this is gonna pop up, right? So what you want to do is, I've already added this to my Chrome, right? But what it is essentially is doing is that this is an extension to see search volumes directly in the Google search result. And this is so important, because if we don't have that, this is what's gonna happen, right? I'm on incognito right now, no history, no nothing. So I'm just gonna type again, digital marketing course, right? And because I don't have the keyword suffer, I typically will not be able to see how much the keywords, these three keywords really really so that's the problem, right? So a keyword surfer would actually enable you to find out exactly how much those three words would be if you were to do a pay-per-click ad. So in this case this is going to cost me $9, right? Google has decided that it's going to be $9, guys, if you were to do a pay-per-click ad. So meaning to say, if I were to click on General Assembly right now, okay, if I were to click on General Assembly right now, they have just paid Google $9, 9 Sing dollars. Now I don't know about you, but I think 9 Sing dollars is really crazy. 9 Sing dollars is over the top, over the roof crazy, because that is $9 to send someone to send traffic to your website. So this is where the conundrum is, right? Because like you're like, all right, so I have my social media platform that's gonna help me my organic search. But the thing is, it's all stuck within the organic search platform. It's stuck in within the social platform. It's not doing me any good on Google. So then I go like, what do I do now on Google? Do I do a PPC ad, a pay-per-click ad, or do I try to explore something else called YouTube ads? Okay. So that's the thing. You just spend $9 for to send someone to traffic just because your ad was above the fold. So what you need to understand is that you need to basically marry or combine strategies so that you're not just spending $9 on a pay-per-click ad. So now the thing about what is important now is to understand what are my options. So here's another tool. Are we ready? Okay. So if you're my student, you know this. I say this a lot, right? Uber suggest, right? This is completely free, and this is like a marketer's dream, because I utilize my girls and I utilize Uber Suggest to actually create, to actually see for ourselves what kind of content is actually trendy, what kind of content is actually resonating with an audience. So Uber Suggest is everything that you need to understand about keywords. So let's say, for example, you're in Malaysia, yeah. So I'm going to type Malaysia right now, right? And if you want to run an ad in Malay, you want to run an ad in English, it doesn't matter. It's right there, English, Malay. Now, if I were to type the word credit card, okay, and I want to find out how how much is a credit card keyword in Malaysia for Malaysian audience, yeah. So here's the thing. I'm gonna click on search. Okay, so basically, Uber Suggest will now give you an even more thorough explanation about what are some of the search volume, the how much it actually is to actually utilize that keyword, and as you can see here in Malaysia, credit card is just gonna cost you 3 ringgit 94. Right. 3 ringgit 94 might sound really, really, really cheap, right? But remember, what if 1,000 people were to click on that? You just paid 3,000 ringgit to send traffic to site. Now, I'm not too sure whether or not you think that is a lot of a budget, but I think that's a lot of a budget. So we need to see and explore. That's my role. My role here is to let you know that, hey guys, this month alone, there's 6,000 people, no, sorry, 6,000 search volume for the keyword credit cards. Can you see that? That's a lot. That's a lot. Even that's a lot, right? Now, if I were to change this, just change this up to Singapore. Click on search. Yeah, look at that. The cost per click is $9, and that's no joke. It's $9 to send traffic to site with the keyword credit card. So that's the thing. This is going to reveal to you exactly the amount of dollars you will be spending for just sending traffic to site in that way. Now, if you scroll to the bottom, okay, with Uber Suggest, it's going to help you out with like certain keywords as well. Yeah. So in this case, Uber Suggest is telling you, you know what people are googling on Google right now. Basically, they are typing credit cards, DBS, and these are all the names of the banks. Yeah, credit card, OCBC 365. This are all the things that currently people are searching on real time. Real time. Yeah. But hang on. Once you get to the bottom, right? You realize, hey, you know what? I know that those are the keywords that are suggested for to actually help build an ad. This at the bottom here are organic ways, organic means to actually create awareness for ourselves without the ad. Take a look at what's trending as content. This is what you should know when paying with your credit card. Brightside.me, yeah, and this has, look at that, 616,000, right? 616,000 views on social, just because someone wrote an article that is so what is that, trendy, that is so helpful, that is so informative, and blah blah blah. The thing list goes on, yeah. But it's still at the essence of credit card, and that had so much more social shares. But remember this, while that is good as a blog, and this is why it's so important to have a blog, a business blog to maintain, yeah, this is going to take time for it to go that trendy, to hit that 600K of a view on our social shares on Facebook. That's my point. So Uber suggests it's really going to help you build your ad strategy in massive ways. So please take a look at this, explore this, type a keyword that is based on the business that you run. Think about it through the lens of your customers and check out how much it really is to run your ad. Okay, all right, are we good? Okay, if we're good, what we're now going to explore is we're going to explore how the back end of these ads work. All right, so as mentioned, if you go to ads.google.com, right? Ads.google.com, this is how you are going to build the ad. So the ads are typically going to appear on the above the fold. The PPC ad is going to typically look like that. You're going to be given a chance to actually write the headline out, yeah, and you have to kind of figure what is the body text. Sometimes, a lot of times, the body text has a number or a quantifiable text. So let's go back to my ad. Sorry, let me just go back to my ad. Let's just check out what is the body text. Okay, right? In this case, it says learn how to develop a comprehensive digital marketing strategy, blah, yada, yada. Yeah, all of these things. This is what we call a body text. I think most digital marketers don't actually include a quantifiable measure. Yeah, all right. So let me just see. Oh, okay. So we have here General Assembly that encourages, there's 20 campus. See the numbers. Yeah, 20 campus. Learn cutting edge skills, financing opportunities, very enticing. But let's just go straight to credit cards. Maybe credit cards was going to give us a little bit more of understanding of what is a very click worthy quantifiable copy. Yeah, so look at that. You just look at that. Here will be credit cards, $200 cashback. Apply, approve, pay. So whenever, remember this, guys, and please write this down. Whenever you quantify the success of an ad with a number, with a dollar sign, with a percentage, this is going to rock the boat, and this is going to compel people to actually create and click on that ad. So like I said, don't go general, yeah, right? Don't go generic. Have quantifiable copy, have a percentage, do with a dollar sign, do a usual price, do what's the before and after, do that, and people will convert more. Trust me. Yeah. So in this case, UOB did it right. Look at that, look at that, look at that. 100% free. Compare quickly and easily. It's so easy to the lips. Compare quickly and easily. What else? Look at that. Worth $379. These are just some of the brilliant ways to basically compel people to take action, and that's it. All right. Words like hurry, yeah, or and all that. But as you can see from the pay-per-click ad, the thing is, as you can see, a lot of times they do as well actually compel you to actually click so that you can actually make a call direct. So that's how they get the leads. Yeah. So the question is, how do we do this? How do you run an ad on Google? All right, super easy. All you have to do is to sign in. Yeah, sign in. This is what Google is promising you. Store visits, foot traffic to your direct store if you have a physical store because you are on a Google map. Yeah. And then you're going to have some phone calls because you put in the numbers in there. So we're going to give you some calls as well. Obviously, when I bring you traffic to site, that's not what we want. We want traffic back to our sales pages. That's what we want. Yeah. And this is where they go like, hey, you know what? You can actually set a budget that works for your business. If you have $50 to spare, we're only going to use $50, nothing more. Not like Facebook, not like Facebook. Yeah. So this is where you can really, really think thoroughly about what you can do with Google Ads. And what I mean by Google Ads is not just the pay-per-click ads, it's also with reference to YouTube ads as well. All right. So YouTube starts the same. Yeah. YouTube is the same. Yeah. If you are having issues following, don't worry. Go ahead, take your break, and then come back because this is all going to be it's all recorded. So I hope you're not too worried because I know I'm going really fast because it's really a lot that we need to go through. So I hope to really nail this within 2 hours. So here we go. We're going to talk about YouTube ads right now. All you have to do is just type youtube.com/ads. Yeah. If you have a Gmail account or if you have a YouTube channel, all the more this is good because you can't create a YouTube channel without having a Google ad to begin with. So you need to create a Gmail account and then create a YouTube channel. And this is a hack. This is a thing that you need to understand. All the ads that are running on YouTube has to be videos, yeah? It has to be the videos that you upload on YouTube so that they can now become an advertisement on YouTube, right? So if you upload, so say for example, if you've been uploading your videos on what is that on YouTube? Yeah, on YouTube. So what we can now do is we can actually use those videos and create advertisement based on those videos that you have uploaded. That's my point. Okay, all right. So here's the thing that I quite like about YouTube ads. There's a portion here that says, "Hey, look at that! You only pay when they watch your video ad." Meaning to say, you only pay when someone chooses to watch at least 30 seconds of your or clicks on your true view ad. Now, I don't know whether you think this is going to be beneficial, but basically, YouTube is suggesting to you, hey, if a customer doesn't stay or stays beyond 30 seconds, then you're going to be charged. However, if a customer choose to skip the ad, well, at least they're going to see the brand. At least they're gonna know the business. At least your brand name is gonna catch on. That 30 seconds for me as a marketer is still a window for exposure. So I'll take that. So here's the thing about what people don't really know. YouTube ads give you 30 seconds of free exposure. Why are we not lapping on this? Why are we not rushing to put an ad? Because, hey, I'm only charged after 30 seconds. This is the thing that I wanted to share with you. Don't just be so obsessed about social media ads. Google gives you a huge opportunity as well. And it's as simple as uploading a video and creating an ad from the back end. It's as simple as that, targeting it in a very specific way, and you're done. Yeah. So think about this. Think about this thoroughly, right? So once you're done with that, you have now seen both. Yeah. So let's get cracking. Let's get cracking. Yeah. Right. So this is the back end of like a Google ad campaign. Yeah. So typically what you need to do is just click on Google campaign. Yeah. And I'm just gonna, the thing is, don't be too shocked by what you're seeing. Like, oh my God, what is this platform? What am I seeing? If you're used to Facebook ads, right? Or if this is the first time, like I said, just follow through, just click on that campaign button and just follow through the next steps and you're good. Now, obviously, in order for you to run an ad on Google, you need to actually, attach a card to it. So please get your billing card system right and then run an ad. All right. So put in the setup, the settings is right there. Click, put in the credit card details, put in your card details, and you're done. Nobody pays a digital ad with cash. Yeah. Everything has to be paid with cards. So please make sure it's a card that works. Okay. So anyway, coming back to class. All right, let's click on new campaign. So when you click on basically when you click on this, you will see new campaign. Yeah. Right. This is the best part, ladies and gentlemen. Now we watch. It's the same interface like Facebook. Yeah. Do you want an ad for sales? Do you want an ad for awareness, ad promotion, website traffic? They are actually asking you exactly the buy cycles do you actually want your customers to be at. So say for example, I want to run an ad for awareness because seriously, no one knows of my brand. Nobody knows of Nimble. So I'm going to create a brand awareness and a reach ad because remember what is my golden rule to ad creation? Go wide. go wide, because later on I will teach you to actually group those ads. But at the moment where you're just starting out, my suggestion is to go wide. Don't go niche, go wide. Yeah. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna click on brand awareness. We're gonna click on that. Yeah. And then go like, hey, Bella, they're actually saying that I can actually click on a display ad or a video ad. Then go like, yep, that's what you can do. If you actually want website traffic, if you click on this, they're gonna go like, you know what? You're gonna do a discovery ad, a search ad, a shopping ad. They are actually going to help you out to figure out what kind of ads actually that are actually useful. I should actually switch on my Telegram notification. I kind of forgot about that. But yes, you can actually follow us on Telegram as well if you have not done already. Yeah, coming back to this. So basically, guys, all you have to do is to select the campaign. It's literally as easy as that. Yeah. So in my case, I would like to create an ad that, say for example, I think I have a video that is resting on my YouTube channel. I kind of like that, so I'm gonna create a video, a YouTube ad. And then they go like, all right, what is it that you want to do? Do you want to create an ad that is what we call skippable? Yeah. Do you want to create a bumper ad, a non-skippable in-stream, out-stream ad sequence? Is literally there. So what I'm trying to tell you is, whatever ads that you're trying or about to skip on YouTube, those are skippable in-stream ads. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click continue, and then we'll wait. I hope everyone's catching up. Yeah. Don't worry, don't worry. This is really very simple. Yeah. You can rename the ad to a very specific campaign if you want to. It's up to you. Yeah. All right. Right. Okay. So everyone's good. All right. So here's the thing. If you have a campaign total, okay, sorry. We should start this way, yeah. So you can rename the campaign, whatever it is that you're writing. You can target. You can have a very specific target, yeah. So in this case, the bidding strategy is actually going to be cost per impression. That's what we want, yeah. And then say for example, I kind of have like $50 to spare, so I'm gonna put it in there. It's gonna start from now, but don't forget, please have an end date. So it's gonna go for like the next 14 days. So it says here, hey, I'm gonna use $3 of your daily budget, and it's gonna run for the next 14 days. I think that's pretty decent. I think that's okay. Yeah. As soon as you do that, look at the right hand side. Look at this, right? This is the amount of impression that you're gonna make, and that's on YouTube. And I think that's pretty decent. So here's the obsession again that a lot of us have. We think that only social media works as an advertisement. No, I really think that you need to think of a holistic point of view, and I think that YouTube ads is definitely is really for one for the win, or one for the kill in this case. Yeah. So that's that. Now, once you're done with that, right? It's gonna go on YouTube, yada yada. It's all there. It's all set up for you. Literally, you can literally now just put a location. It's very specific. If you are from Kuala Lumpur and you only want an ad, it's only going to be specific to the Kuala Lumpur city. Put Kuala Lumpur in there. That ad is going to be only be showcased on to anyone in Kuala Lumpur. You can be as specific as you can as well. It's up to you. Yeah. Now, as soon as you're done with that, now these are additional settings. This is the fun part, and I will speak to you about this in a bit as I go through the demographics and all of that, right? So here's the thing: when you click on the demographics, it's gonna go like, all right, here's the thing: how are you gonna actually showcase this to? Do you want only boomers to actually see the ad? Yeah, and by the way, boomers really watch ads. Yeah, so don't discount my boomers. Yeah, they are the ones with the money to buy and purchase something. Don't discount the millennials either, because the millennials are the ones that are actually get you viral. They are the ones who are going to see those ads and then tweet about it, see those ads, and talk about it on Instagram. So this is the thing that what I'm trying to suggest is don't take each other for granted. So you can select whatever it is that you want. Yeah. So I'm just for practice sake, I just gonna select all. I actually don't want a not a parent to actually see the ad, right? So I'm gonna uncheck that. I'm gonna uncheck whatever that is unnecessary. In this case, maybe it's an ad for millennials and teenagers. I'm just gonna do that. All right. Okay. And then the audience said, basically, this is basically the idea is how do we actually create an ad specific to their interests? Yeah, specific to what they like. So here's the thing, they are suggesting to try foodie. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow Q. I'm gonna see what happens if I try foodies. I'm gonna type foodies, and then I click on that, right? And then they go like, all right, if you click on foodie, that is the affinity. That is. Can you see that the ideas bar suddenly shifted, and you go like, hey guys, for those who are cooking enthusiasts, 30-minute chefs, these are the things that people of this age, yeah, age group, these are the things that they are also frequenting on YouTube. So that's amazing. So they are able to actually, the AI is able to actually select based on interest, based on the demographics, what in the world they are watching. And when they are watching that, they are seeing your ads as well. Yeah. So something to think about. Now, say, for example, bringing back home, yeah, talking about ads, say, for example, I actually am marketing myself. So I'm going to go digital marketing, right? So I go like, where's my marketing? Starting a business soon. That's what I want. Yeah, I'm gonna remove that. Look at that. I want to target people who are who are keen to understand advertising, who are keen to I would select it as social media enthusiasts. This is definitely one. So I just keep adding now instead of 400 million, it will now be very niche and it's about 9 million for $50. I think that's very, very decent. Yeah. So anyway, let's move forward. Now here's where you can basically add particular keywords. Yeah. Now this is the fun part, and this is where I was shocked, because here's the thing: I can type in my website and I can actually generate a keyword based on my website as well. It's crazy. That's how specific you can get. So for example, I think I'm supposed to type HTTPS. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. Correct. That's fine. You don't need to type with a HTTPS. You can just type nimble.sg and there you go. These are the keywords that typically when someone clicks on my website, this is an idea bank for me. This is a keyword bank for me. I go like Singapore marketing, social media marketing Singapore. Again, it almost works the same like Uber Suggest. So it's either you go through this motion of utilizing this, or you're utilizing on Uber Suggest to figure out what is the best niche based on my website. It works the same thing. It works the same way. All right. So that's I can type that, and then like these are the keywords, and this is how they're gonna place. Again, you see the move as soon as I do that, the impression now goes lower. It's at 3,000. Yeah. Topics placement. Here's the thing, right? I want this specifically for YouTube videos. Yeah. So this is the thing that I want to actually put across. I can actually enter different placements as well. All you have to do is basically select which one, where do you want the placements to be, and that's it. Yeah. As soon as you're done with that, yeah, the bidding. Now the bidding, as I mentioned it earlier, it was $3, right? So this is where you can actually adjust the bidding if you wanted more, if you wanted less. It's up to you. Now here's the thing: this is as easy as search a video or paste the URL from your YouTube. So for example, if I on YouTube, I have my video up on YouTube. Okay. Let me just type nimble. Oh, sorry. All right. I hope you have followed us on and subscribe to our Nimble as well. I hope that's something that you have done as well. So say for example, I have a video. Say for example like that. Yeah. Where do I have like that? All right. I have that. So I did a video like that. It's about, I can copy that. I can go back to my ad. Right. Paste. There you go. There you have it. That's my ad right there. That's gonna be on YouTube, and that's gonna be on the Google videos across. I mean, Google partner sites across Google. I mean, look at how easy That is so easy. It's crazy. All right. So now, please don't put. This is a thing. This is a hack. This is important. Please don't put your landing page like literally sending traffic to site. Maybe say your organic nimble.sg website. Please send everyone to a sales page. I mean, that's one thing that is really really important. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you do a YouTube ad. That is how easy it is. So now, in terms of the static PPC ad, as you explore, you will basically go through that same motion of like, all right, this is how you're going to do a PPC ad, this is how you're going to put your headline, this is how you're going to put your text at the bottom, and all that. I don't want to go through that because it's too easy, but it works the same way. Yeah, it works the same way. So I'm going to check on everyone right now. I'm going to turn off my screen. Alrighty. How is everyone doing? Very good question on where do you want to send your viewers? Oh, sorry, yeah, that is Nisa. You can choose as many as you like. Oh, yes, correct. Nisa has answered all of that. So I hope that's fine. Yeah. So yes, let's do this, guys. Let's take a quick 5 minute break because right after this, we're gonna get our hands dirty with our social media ads. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That was just the first half of your Google ads. Yeah. Later on, I'm gonna talk about how to create these amazing social media ads. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna make sure that you are able to understand how to now do ads on social media, and that's Facebook and Instagram. So let's take a 5 minute break. Right. Take a 5 minute break, and we're gonna come back. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope that was insightful. Thank you, everyone. All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I hope that was a quick break, right? Good enough for you to just reflect, good enough for you to just see through like what you have just conceptualized earlier. Of course, I am going to take questions at the end of the day. We have about 40 minutes to understand the second component to advertisements. So please, if you have any questions, ask away. All right. Now, one of the beautiful things about understanding advertisements is to understand how commercials are being made. Now, in order for us to understand how commercials are being made, is to be exposed to how commercials are typically like for brands across the world. So, one of the my favorite websites to actually understand storyboards, things like storyboards, how brands are actually running ads and stuff like that, is to go to this website called spectacle.is, right? Literally spectacle.is. Okay. So spectacle.is. Okay. Right. So basically, Spectacle.is has been for the longest time my go-to reference for all things video advertisements, because it gives me a sense of like what other brands are actually utilizing, or um, how brands are actually working through that concept of storyboarding and stuff like that. So Spectacle.is has all the ads that are currently running across the world. Yeah, and the best thing is it's actually categorized, yeah, according to collections. Yeah. Yeah. I'm literally laughing at this because it says here literally Genius Video has been only stock for this. I'm going to teach you how to do all that. Okay. So it's based on collections. Okay. So I like the fact that the site is really humorous. So anyway, you get that customer support videos that turn users to the biggest fans. And basically it's a collection, whether or not you're B2B, whether or not you're B2C, this is supposed to actually help you out with like how you actually conceptualize your ads moving forward should you decide to do video. Now, one of the biggest things about like why videos are so compelling, I mean, obviously we all know that it's far more engaging, yeah, and you can tell a lot in a video. You can put a call to action in a video. And let me just bring this example back home, and let's just talk to my Malaysian listeners out there, as well as my Singapore listeners. Now, when you think back about how big brands like Petronas, yeah, whenever Petronas does an advertisements on TV, the commercials that you see for Hari Raya, Chinese New Year, and and stuff like that, when you get seasonal commercials like that, you typically get something that is very very movie cinematic like, yeah. So it's literally, you take the character into the process of her journey. It's very very it feels very homegrown and stuff like that. And that is exactly what commercials by Petronas is trying to exude. That the whole idea of like the whole idea of a storytelling where it really tugs at the heartstrings of a consumer. Now, the same thing, like when we bring back this example to Singapore, when you look at Grab, yeah, when you enter the cinema, when you look at Grab and Grab's ads, when it's very cinematic, when you look at StarHub, when you look at how they do their ads and commercials and all that kind of, it's such a heavy production, right? And you go like, wow, I'm actually watching this production and I'm watching this commercial, and it seems to me that they have a heck lot of a budget. How am I supposed to do this for my small business? The thing is, as I mentioned before over and over again, the idea here is that, guys, all these ads that are running here, not all of them are big brands. Most of them are also medium and small medium enterprises, to actually give you a sense of like a sense of belief that the storytelling can actually be done in the same way. Yeah. So explore this to give so that you can actually explore to see whether or not sometimes if you want to do an animated ad, if you want to do a realistic ad, it's all there. Now, what I like about this is that when you click on video categories, you get to see as well, apart from the collections, you get to see all the ads that are running on Google, by Google, all the ads that are running on social. And look at that. As soon as I do a drop down, right, I get to see the ads in various categories. If I wanted to do an ad that is for YouTube, a square, an Insta story ad, a vertical, is all there. If I wanted to do an ad in terms of the length and the duration of the ad, a 30-second ad, a 1 minute ad, and all that kind of thing, is all there. The narration style, do you want a voiceover, do you want to do a no voiceover and stuff like that. The mood of your ad, yeah, the topic of your ad, right, the production type of your ad, yeah, is all here. Now, the reason why I wanted to share with you all of this is so that, again, it gives you a sense of inspiration. right? A sense of inspiration so that you actually understand what this is all about. Yeah. So I'm going to actually show you a very famous ad that I actually show in class a lot. Because I am in love with Apple marketing, and some of my students may have seen this before, but I have to emphasize again the storytelling and how that is a huge component to Apple's marketing. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at what Apple has done. Yeah. Oh, I'm supposed to press enter. For a moment, I didn't press enter. Alrighty, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna show you an ad that's pretty long. Yeah, that is pretty long. Let me see. Oh, the video is now private. It's okay. Let me know if you can't hear the ad. Yeah, Apple AirPods Pro ad. Yeah, bounce. So I'm gonna play this. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna play with the sound, but I just want to check if you are actually hearing the sound as well. Yeah, let me just check. Nisa, is everyone hearing the sound as well? Yeah, let me know, yeah? Okay, I'm just gonna play it for a while. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to my chat group. No sound? Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. All right. So what's gonna happen is that
I just learned some jazz today, it's true. You just learned some jazz today, and you gon' learn. It was just past one, win, two, three, man. from 4 or 5 steps to the door like, oh my gosh, just throw that cash in a back bag, run around the back and pull up the track, cause yo, couldn't believe them stories conceived for no reason. Please just go and leave them fakies in season, but not pre them, cause nowadays you couldn't find me like when them CCTV, then them see them can't program me. Better them try to go and see. Taking the heights like Andes. Andes man one step to me, couldn't get the best of me, couldn't beat the rest of we check one way. Touch the brakes and go slow, oh no. Dust them out with the one quick solo. Boom. I just learned some jazz today, it's true. You just learned some jazz today, and you gon' learn some jazz today, yes you gon' learn, you gon' learn, you gon' learn. You gon' learn this jazz today, yes.
Media ads. So yes, let's fire this up. All right. So basically, apologies once again for what happened earlier. I tend to, for some reason, Webinar Jam has always been problematic. So I have raised a ticket. So I apologize for that. I hope it has not caused too much of an inconvenience. It's the same thing. It's the same delivery. So I hope you bear with me. It's gonna be a really nice wrap up to everything. Yeah, I promise you this. Alrighty, so if everyone's good, can I just check if everyone's doing okay? Thank you, Nisa, for asking. Yeah, thank you, everyone. All right, so what's gonna happen right now is I'm gonna share with everyone again the concept of the Apple ad that we have earlier. Now, as you can see, Apple got the audience to go through that process of that whole entire storytelling, and that process is really long. And sometimes we go like, why does Apple go through all that length? Now, the thing about advertisements, especially is for commercial, right? Especially for commercial, you see, Apple is able to afford such lengthy ads, not just production-wise, but because you see, even though it's an awareness ad for Apple's Pro or in this the AirPods Pro, that is not the only ad that Apple is showcasing. That ad earlier, it was an ad to actually basically raise awareness to AirPods Pro, but it's not what I would call a conversion ad, because typically of a conversion ad, usually the message is very short, snappy, and quick. Yeah, short, snappy, and quick. So here's another version of the Apple ad for the same product, but as you can see, there's a huge difference between that particular ad and one that is also reflected of the same product with this storyboard. So I'm going to share with you what it is. Give me a second while I fire it up. Yeah. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, that is another execution for the same product, but in different ways. It's just a 30-second ad. But take a look. Understand now, what is the concept, what is the theme, the target audience, the soundtrack, that is applied to the storyboard is completely different from the first one. The first one is a little bit of like a mellow, is a mellow version of the ad, nothing exciting. But the thing is, both worked.
You see, so when it comes to creating an ad, when it comes to designing and conceptualizing an ad, that is why spectacle.is is so crucial, which is why it's important to run through and run by to see what is going to work for your business. So later on, we will check out our competition to see what is it that they are doing on social media ads that has made it so compelling for people to actually click on that. All right, so that is just me comparing for you two different formats to actually promote the same thing. How Apple executed two different storyboards to promote the same product. Yeah, I hope that's clear. So now let me just share with you, right, how to actually manage your social media ads, or what is it. Yeah. So see. Okay. So here's the thing. Everyone knows paid social. I mean, like you can run ads on LinkedIn, you can run ads on Twitter, but we're all here to see how we can run ads on Facebook and Instagram, right? One of the biggest benefits to obviously running an ad on Facebook is that as soon as you run an ad on Facebook, you're also running an ad on Instagram. Yeah. Now, the thing that you need to understand is that Facebook has multiple layers of trying to understand what kind of audience that you really, really need to have for your targeted ad. So in this case, typically, when someone asks me, when my students ask me, Bella, what is a Facebook audience? I would tell them, look, when it comes to Facebook audience, there's multiple ways to look at it. Yeah, so I'll explain to you what is the difference so that you know how to actually do your ads a lot better in the pipeline. All right. So one of very crucial thing that you need to know is that the benefit of paid social is that it is very user volunteer using deterministic data, meaning to say if I have a social media account and I kind of like certain things, I like makeup or I like food and stuff like that. And with the pages that I frequent on Facebook can also be utilized as a platform for us advertisers to also target, right? So it's something that has a lot to do with the users themselves. So this is very much more niche, and I will tell you a little bit more as to how niche we can go. Yeah. So basically, like I said, paid social media, right? A lot of times it's a lot to do with how you want to actually get more engagement for your business. So when you want to get more engagement, not necessarily more leads, and you want to build an engaged audience, paid social is the way to go. All right. So here's the thing: you need to know the bad. Okay. Now, the problem with paid social, and a lot of times my clients question this, right? They go like, Bella, I've raised a lot of awareness, but like, what is the ROI? Are people actually, when people are so engaged with a particular ad, are they actually, are we actually bringing traffic to site again? Like, is that one of the biggest things that we are looking for? And I go like, look, when you go for paid social, you need to understand not all ads, unless it's a lead gen ad, is actually going to get you a traffic to site. The most important thing that you need to know is that when you go for paid social, you are only ready for this. You are actually ready to actually go wide. Yeah, with your ad, you want to go for a wide audience with your advertisement. That is why we actually run ads on social, right? So this is the nature of paid social. It has to be entertaining. It has to be where the content is where you can amplify it. And this is also the platform where it is different. When you run an ad, it is also different when you are actually running a boosted ad, okay, or a boosted post. So I'm going to explain to you the difference, right? So let's deep dive into social media ads. Now, whatever that you have done before, like whatever boosted post that you've done before, whatever you have done before for advertisement, consider this as day zero. All right, because whatever that we have done, it might have not have been done right in the right way. You might have spent $100 on an ad, but it did not convert to anything. So today, and this is the final session to the ads class, where I tell you how to be very specific, very very specific, so that your ads are far more targeted than ever before. All right. Here's the thing: boosted posts It's like adding fuel to the soul of your ad. Meaning to say, right? You have run posts, you have done your social media postings on Instagram, you have done your videos on Facebook, you have done your you have done your videos on Facebook, and then one fine day, you go like, you know what? I just got $10,000, 10,000 views for this particular post, and then suddenly Facebook is suggesting, would you like to boost this for more viewership? And go like, why not? So you click that blue button. That is exactly what boosted post is like. It's basically identifying your top performing. I repeat, it is identifying your top performing social media posts and adding fuel to it so that it's amplified across different audiences. So basically, boosted posts will only work if they are top performing. Meaning to say, there's a certain level of awareness that they have already reached organically, and all you did was just boosted it for $10 more across the week. It's very possible, right? So that is the idea of boosted posts. So now here's the thing: what is the downside to boosted posts? Number one, it's not an ad. It's not an ad. Right? A boosted post will mean that is the audience that you're trying to choose, or the audience that you've chosen for awareness is not controlled, and there's no niche, and it's not that targeted. So you need to know this. While that extra $10 did buy you some more eyeballs, but it is just a generic, general eyeball. So it's up to you whether or not you want to boost it or you want to create an ad from scratch. Later on, I will tell you a little bit of a trick as to how we can balance it all. Okay? Next, this is paid advertisement. Now, a lot of times my clients also run ads on LinkedIn. Yeah, we've done ads on LinkedIn as well. Anything that is related to anything digital, whether or not it's ads that are on carousel, whether it's ad on Insta story posts, whether or not there's an ad right now, by the way, guys, you can run an ad on IGTV as well, yeah, by the way, yeah. So these are all paid advertisement where you can go super, super, super duper niche with the target audience. So this is important, and that's the difference, all right? So remember what I told you, how understanding the Facebook audience is like, why is it so important? And there's only three components to this. Number one, there's this concept called custom audience, right? Number two, to do an ad on social media really very well, you need to understand what is a lookalike audience. Number three, this is basically what I'm teaching you and training you for, which is how to actually build an audience from scratch using what we call a saved audience. Yeah. So this is the beauty of social media ads, and this is why I love my job. Because the thing is, as long as, and I will repeat, as long as you get the setup right. Say for example, if you have done your Facebook pixel right, if you have actually embedded that Facebook pixel on your website correctly, when you execute your Facebook or Instagram ads, you will see the beauty of how it can be truly targeted, and you can see the results far more integrated than when you do not have Facebook pixel. So if the thing is, some of you go like, Bella, I don't even have a website to begin with, so would this matter? Then it's fine. If this, I'm only referencing for someone who already has a Facebook, who already has a website, and they have forgotten all about the pixel that has to be embedded in the website, so that we can actually track whether or not that particular ad has actually gone through and sent traffic to site. Now, this is the explanation of what is a custom audience, and what is a lookalike audience, and what is a safe audience. In today's class, we're going to start from scratch. We're going to start how to build a saved audience from scratch. All right? So, how do we do this? First, you need to understand how campaign works. Now, while I understand, you go like, why am I only seeing Facebook and not on Instagram? Trust me, the core component to actually understanding ads on social, especially for Facebook and FIG, is to really master your Facebook audience, your Facebook ad campaign first. Because as soon as you understand how Facebook ad campaign works, then Instagram is a no-brainer. It's really pretty easy. In fact, it's the easiest to run a campaign ad on Instagram. Super duper easy, right? But here's how the component works. Because when you get to the back end of Facebook, you're gonna get confused. Go like, Bella, I'm seeing a campaign, and then I'm seeing an ad set, and I'm seeing an ad. Like, what does it all mean? So you need to understand. Remember what I told you, that the buy cycle has like three components: the awareness, the conversion, and the consideration, or in this case, consideration and then conversion. This is what I mean by putting them in groups of ad set. You can create an ad set specifically and only for awareness ads. You can create an ad set specifically for conversion and specifically for consideration. I'm just going to check if everyone's okay. Okay, everyone's okay. Good, good, good. I'm so happy. Thank you so much for being so patient with us. Yeah, I hope this is good. So here's the thing. So when you create ad set based on the buy cycle, it's a lot easier to get even more creative with your ads themselves. Okay, so this is the thing. When I say that the component here, when I say ads live within an ad set, this is where, and what I mean by this is the creative that is being executed on within the ad. So, for example, if I were to create an awareness ad, I don't necessarily have to do a video ad. I mean, I can actually do a static ad. I can also do an animated ad. I don't necessarily have to only do a static ad only. You see, so this is a thing. It is up to you to decide how extensive the creative should be for your advertisement. And there is a formula. By the end of this webinar, you're going to get the formula and you're going to see for yourself how your competitors are doing and how we can follow this formula so that we can do as well or even better as them. Right? This is it. This is the formula. Write this down or screenshot this, whatever is it that you have to do. Right? This is the formula for successful Facebook advertising. I know Apple, I've just given you Apple, but later on I'll explain to you so many more competitors. When you see for yourself, you go like, wow, that is the amount of ads that they actually run on social media. You will be shocked. You will be shocked. So here's the thing. As always, I'm going to say this. The question for all of us is, are you creating an ad that is reaching the maximum of exposure for that little amount of a budget that you have? And if I want to reach that many of a people with my ad, then what truly is then the keyword that we have to select for that particular ad, right? So the thing for the formula that really works is reach, relatability or resonance, right? And then achieve a high reaction, right? And reaction can come from many, many forms. In this case, learn more, click more. The CTAs is clear, right? But in this case, go for the reach, go for the resonance, and then you get a reaction. And this is important. And that's thereby making sure that every single one of your ad is a reflection of a value proposition. Okay? Your ad must include a value proposition, which is why I always say, just because you did a post and you create an ad through that post, that's not an ad, guys. It's just a boosted social media post. It is not an advertisement. Okay? So don't confuse a boosted post and a social media post, right, with an advertisement. That's completely different. So how does this work? Right? We need to design a thumb stopping ad. And to do that is to understand the tools that is actually given and that's actually very, very easy to actually utilize to actually help us create these visuals that are completely stunning. So in this class today, right, I'm going to share a couple of really new tools that you have not, some of my students have not heard before. So I'm going to introduce you fresher tools, fresher tools, So one of the things that I did tell a lot in class is, yes, go to unsplash.com because that's where you're going to get your realistic photos. So I'm going to share a couple of tools. So please take this down. Now, if you are very used to this, I know some of you have come to my classes a lot. Go to unsplash.com for all things stock images. You need to understand that not many of us here are new. I'm welcoming new students from Malaysia as well. So welcome back, guys. Okay, come back to unsplash.com for all things images. Okay, all right. So here's the thing. Realistic pictures like that works for ads because it is realistic. So it's really fantastic. It's really, really lovely. So one of the things I always teach my students is that, all right, if you want to do an ad where there's model, right, maybe you want to explore another tool. Right? Maybe want to explore what we call icons8.com. All right. This is where we're going to get creative, guys. All right. The graphic designers in my chat group right now, I think you're going to be shocked because these are all the hacks that is going to help you do the work incredibly easy. So there's this component called photos and moves. When you click on that or when you click on this, it really doesn't matter. When you click on this, right? There's this thing called Photo Creator, where it allows you to actually, go through the motion of creating realistic photos from from what they have. Yeah, can you see that? Can you see that? These are all pictures that they have. You can actually change things up very easily. A quick click on that. Yeah, you can swap the model if you wanted to, yeah, and stuff like that. So basically you can move things around if you wanted to, if this is relevant for you. Yeah, if this is relevant for you. If you don't want that, you can change that, you can change things up. The background can change as well. You can actually change the background if you wanted to. See how that goes. Yeah, so look, this is literally so easy for you to click quick images for your work. If you don't want an IG story version, you can change the dimension accordingly. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, Instagram story, Facebook cover, whatever is all here. So this is just my take of just sharing with you how Icons 8 has all these stock images for you for free. Right? It's all there. Literally everything is there. Now that's not good enough, so I'm gonna push it a bit more. Right? Now, the thing about Icons 8 that I kind of like a lot. Okay, the thing about what I like a lot is that it has this component called the vectors. I'm just gonna tell you, all right, how I get this fancy vectors. Should you want to create an ad utilizing only vectors, then this is it, guys. I literally got all my stock images here, and they are all absolutely free. This is gonna furnish you because this is all the things that are absolutely free for you to choose and to see if you think that this is going to pop in your ad, right? It's up to you. Now, here's what I'm going to teach you, all right? Now, say for example, you want to do an ad, but you want to do it with a video. So here are some hacks, okay? Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm making reference only for videos. I'm making reference only for mobile. For desktop versions. Yeah, we also have mobile versions as well. So I'm going to share that with you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to unscreen.com, where you can actually put any video up and then remove the screen magically. It's crazy, right? You can put this in any scene at all, and it's going to look wild and it looks so creative, and it's absolutely free. Unscreen.com. Now you might be questioning, Bella, then where do I find the stock videos? No problem, guys. I got you. So we're going to explore vidivo.net. Right? So we have vidivo.net, where there's a ton of sounds and videos, and these are all videos that are absolutely free, stock video image footages that are absolutely free. I have another one, guys, a special one. Some of you might not have seen this or heard of this. This is my personal favorite, mixkit.co. Yeah, Mixkit.co has all the stock videos, right? From food to animals to transportation to whatever, is literally all there, right? Now, it might be you're like, all right, Bella, I have all of this, but how do I edit them? I'm going to explain, all right? So basically, when you want to edit them, there's a couple of ways to edit your videos. If you want to actually edit using your computer, you can start creating assets using what we call capwing.com. So this is a free tool, okay, where the learning curve is kind of high, but if you go through the motion, it's perfectly fine. Capwing is where you can create animations like that, bam, 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 like that. Really, really simple, yeah. If not, guys, my favorite all-time app is called InShot.com. InShot.com, guys, video editing tool. I love this, yeah. Another quick tool on mobile. I'm on mobile apps right now. This is where I create very awesome Insta stories, but you can check it out. Mojo app, right? The Mojo app is really, really incredible. It looks literally like that. Okay, this is really, really good if you want to animate your text. Really, really lovely. Yeah. Another tool is what I like a lot is Animoto.com. This is also available on mobile as well. So look, what I'm trying to say here is that these are just all the fancy things to actually create all of those things, all of the templates that are really, really cool for you to actually get your marketing ahead, your ads ahead. But here's the one final tool to make sure that you really pop through the clutter. Right, and I only tell this, and I've only told this to my students who actually attended the summit, my Nimble summit. But I want to tell you a little secret. It's not a secret anymore, to be very honest, especially if you really want to understand how Nimble got all those effects. Now, Nimble got all those effects to create ads and all that for our clients and stuff like that. It's because we have this tool that helps us to create these images and motion effects very, very fast. And that is called placeit.net, right? This is an ads masterclass after all. And you need to understand that in order for your ads to really pop through the clutter, then this is definitely one way to pop through the clutter. And I'm giving it to you. I'm telling you that this is one thing that you can look into when you click on videos. This is where you get your motion effects. There you go. All right. So there you have it. These are all some of the ways for you to actually, basically go through that motion of, get through, all the fancy gadgets and all that kind of thing. We have placed it from unsplash to unscreen. These are all some of the things that Nimble has been doing all this while for our clients so that they really pop through the clutter, so that their ads pop. But let's check out our competition. Are we ready? Are we ready to see how the competition is really doing in the space? Let's check them out. So everyone, please go to Facebook Ad Library. Let's check out our competition, Facebook Ad Library, to see what they do online or what they have done online. All right. Now, if you were to go to Facebook Ad Library for the very first time, right? Remember, your work cannot, especially when you're doing social media ads, you cannot not work without a Facebook Ad Library. All right. So in this case, I want you to click on Search All and check out for yourself. Type in a business that you know. So as you can see, these are all my research for our clients. Yeah. Now, Singapore has this supermarket called NTUC Fair Price. Let me just share with you how many ads NTUC Fair Price has done since back in the day. Right? Can you see that? Now, if you were to type something right in your Facebook Ad Library, and if you reckon that you're not seeing anything, just be careful not to click on Singapore or Malaysia. What you can do is you can click on all if you want to see everything. But there's, as you can see, so much transparency in an ad, so much transparency to know when this ad has been running. So as you can see, this ad has been running since 16th of July, right? A simple static, or in this case it's a video, a simple video ad like that, right? All right, let me click on that. I believe this is a GIF. Yeah, hang on here. Let me just go back. Right. Can you see that? A simple GIF like that to promote Manuka honey. Yeah, there you go. Now, basically, what I want you to do now is to really understand, wow, ads is truly a wallet's game, because the amount of ads that NTUC has done for themselves is a plenty. This has gone beyond 10 ads already. And you have to ask yourself, each of these ads, right? Each of these ads, are they resting under the component of awareness? Are they ads for consideration? Are they ads for conversion? You have to ask yourself that. Because clearly, an ad to actually promote a particular product, that is a conversion ad. That's not raising awareness only. That's raising awareness and a conversion. In this case, it's a contest. But look at that. This ad was running on Instagram. Can you see that? Yeah. So why don't we do this? Type in your competition and try to see what they do as an ad. What is their copy? What is the ad creative? Are they doing more videos? Are they doing more static? Let me just share with you what we have, what a customer, right? Or in this case, right? One of our clients, what we're doing for them. Yeah. Can you see that? Okay. When we do an ad, we are running it by so many ad sets. And it's not just a simple video like that. It's not just a static like that. We run carousels like this. Yeah. We run videos like that. Can you see that? I'm sorry, my connection was kind of slow, yeah. All right. We do this like that. Testimonials like that. So this is mirror skin. Okay. Now, what I'm really trying to tell you is that when we go out there and when we push up for advertisement, it is not just one ad. It is different creatives to promote that one particular buy cycle. Please, please take note. Please take note, yeah? So it's not just one ad, one boosted post, is literally identifying. So you can do two things. You can identify your top performing social media posts and boost them, and at the same time run paid ads, right? Run paid ads as well concurrently with the boosted post. So it's not just one creative only. It is multiple creatives. So in my case, if I want to tell you, right, the reason why our clients do so well is because we run more than 10 different creatives at the same time. It's not just one, it's not just two. Remember when I told you about the wallets game and how the bigger the wallet will buy you the more eyeballs? Then go for it. Maximize the creative. Go do a static ad, go do a video ad, go do an animation ad. Do everything but do 10. When you go out there with 10 different creative as an advertisement on social, you know you're going for a kill because you're buying maximum exposure, and that is important. And that's what we've done for one of our clients. Now I wanted to share with you that that was done because of so many experiments, and realizing that because the beauty space is so competitive, we realize that we can't do just one ad, we can't do two, we can't do three, we have to do at least 10. So go ahead, guys. Check out Facebook Ads Library and check out for yourself what your competition is doing. So now, how do we get the maximum bang for buck if we have $10 to spare? Now, if you have $10 to spare, let's find out how we can truly target our ad. All right. So this is gonna bring you to the next point of how to create an ad specific to a target audience. All right. This is gonna be a lesson on saved audience. So next tool. Now that you know how Facebook Ad Library works and how you can check out your competition's copy, how the videos and what they've done and stuff like that, let's check out how Facebook Audience Insight work. So go ahead, guys, type Facebook Audience Insight. Let me just drop this here. All right. I love this tool. All right. This is really the brain of your ad, right? This is where the brain work really comes for your advertisement, and you will be shocked, right? You will be completely shocked as to what I'm about to reveal, because the reason why our ads do so well, even if it's just $10, is because there's so much prep work to actually identify the keyword that works for that particular ad. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of a secret here. Yeah, it's a no-brainer that Facebook Audience Insight has been the one that is helping me run ads for as little as $10. But you need to nail this and you need to understand how this works. Okay, so basically, when you have an account, it's very easy for you to create an account. All you have to do, if you're on Facebook and you want to create Facebook ads for the very first time, just go to facebook.com, access your personal account. You should be able to see there's a tiny little button there, right? There's a tiny little triangle there. All you have to do is just click, and then there will be a drop down that says Manage Ads, right? Manage Ads. There you go, right? Manage Ads, and there you have it. You will be brought to the back end of this. All right. We will bring you to the back end of your Power Editor, Facebook Power Editor. Okay, so that's not that difficult. But this is the thing that I wanted to share with you, and this is important, so please stick around. Yeah. So number one, if you're in Malaysia or if you're in Singapore, please type accordingly the location. Yeah. So type correctly. In this case, so say for example, I want to do an ad only for Singapore. So all right, I'm just gonna put everyone here in Singapore, but let's check it out. How many people are on Facebook and Instagram? About 3 million. Yeah, 3 million. All right. So let's get more niche. Let's do this. Now, if I wanted to create an ad specifically for a millennial, so millennials, say maybe, I don't know, like 25 to maybe 35, say around there. All right. Right. And therefore, immediately when you choose that that age group, like I said, I will repeat myself again. Facebook Audience Insight will allow you to create the exact niche or the exact targeted audience so that only the right people are seeing your ad. So how is this gonna go? So when I look at as soon as I change 25 to 35, when you click on page likes, take a look, guys. Take a look at what these people are actually loving. So on Facebook, on Instagram, what is their top most loved websites? Well, they are loving all of this ice cream. They love Magnum, they love Shopee, they love Fave, right? They love Air Asia. These are all the pages that are so frequented by this group of people. You change this up, you go higher, the page likes that they like and they enjoy will change higher, or will be different. Yeah, will be different. So this is already an indicator of how your audience is spending their time on around Singapore. You do this for Malaysia, is the same thing, right? You type Malaysia, you change the age group out, you get to know what are their interests, and then you build an interest-based keyword, and that's how we target our audience very specifically and for $10. All right. So this is the brain work to your ad, yeah, brain work to your ad. All right. So here's the thing. Because these are all the platforms that they like, you got to start thinking, wow, if I were to run an ad and my keyword is McDonald's, then every fan of McDonald's, which is typically a lot of them, will also see my ad. All right, we're thinking now. If we were to run an ad and we actually use the keyword ribbons, ribbons, the Singapore brand, ribbons, the Singapore brand, and then if I were to target them, then hey, everybody who likes ribbon will also see my ad. True? So here's the context, yeah. So the context is your job now is to build interest. Now this interest can be again the pages that you see here. So for example, if I wanted to be an ad only for older millennial, and I wanted to maybe target everyone who listens to the radio. There you go. Right. I want to make sure that if I'm only targeting people who listens to the radio, so that's class 95, right? I can type Media Corp, right? And the demographics will change and change. Can you see that? Now you might be wondering, Bella, why am I targeting radio stations? Now again, let me repeat. You are basically creating an ad based on the love for MediaCorp Facebook website, a Facebook page. You are creating an ad based on their interest and how they spend time on Facebook, yeah, or Instagram. I hope that's clear. Okay, so that's the thing. We are now creating an ad that is basically anyone who loves MediaCorp and the radio station, or basically anyone who enjoys content on that, they will now see my ad. Okay, so here's the thing. Another thing that I wanted to tell you to take note is, all right, let's take a look at if we are not, if we wanted to actually target how they are, what is the disposable income, the disposable income of a person, yeah. So what you can do is you can actually click on education, and then you can change it to I only want to target those with a degree, a university degree. Now that immediately will change one more time. As soon as you type university, you now realize that, hey, these are the pages that they like. Frank by OCBC, Color Run, right? Ben and Jerry's. These are all the pages that they like, and this is really what they frequent. So maybe I would like to put as interest Ben and Jerry's, because hey, you are now optimizing your ad even more for those who have a degree, which typically would translate to a higher disposable income. Then yes, you can target them using keywords like Ben and Jerry's. All right. So now, if that is not good enough and you want to target exactly their job title, you can go like, all right, Bella, I only want to make sure that only people who earn more than $10,000 will get to see my ad. Fine. So typically they are actually management. All right. So when they are management, when you are targeting the management, again, this is typically what they will spend time on. So Airbnb. So what you can do is you can take Airbnb, you can put it in there as an interest, and there you have it. You are building a keyword, a specific keyword that is reflective of their interests based on audience insight. I hope that's clear. And that is how I bet, or in this case, that's how I create ads based on interest with as low as $10 and maximize at $10, because I was able to actually understand, right? Understand what exactly or where exactly they are hanging on Facebook and Instagram. As soon as you have that, you save that audience. Now it's time to target. Are we clear, guys? Are we clear? I hope that's good. Okay, so now it's time to actually run an ad. Okay, so as soon as you have that, let's run an ad, guys. Alrighty. This is the back end. As you can see, I have so many ads that are running. Yeah, this is the results of just spending. Let me just tell you how much I spend. I'm just gonna reveal to you how much I literally spend. I spent only $50 to talk about my book. Let me just zoom in. Okay, I can't zoom in. Yeah, to actually promote my book. But look at that impression. I got like 24,000 reach for that particular video, right? For this particular video, right? For $50, and that's crazy. That's crazy because I was able once again, my keywords were very specific based on their interest. Can you see that? Right? All right. Okay, but I didn't just run that ad. I ran multiple ads as well. So here's the thing: for $50 with 24,000 reach, I think that's really, really something, right? So, like I said, it can be done. So this is how we're going to do it. Let's run an ad, guys. Click on the create button, right? Once you create on the create button, all right. What we're going to do is we're going to create on a new campaign. Likewise, like YouTube, they're going to ask you, what is it that you want? Would you like a reach? Would you like a traffic? So in today's class is an exposure class. What we want to do is we want to create a brand awareness ad. So click on that, right? Because remember my rule. My rule is go wide. Go very wide with your ad. Yeah, but while you go wide with the eyeballs for your ad, be very specific with their keywords and their interests based on audience insight. Make sure you are targeting the ad basically for based on the keywords that are based on their interests. So I hope that's clear, right? Now here's the thing. Now if I only had $10 to spare, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do what we call a lifetime budget ad. So let's say I want to do an ad for $10, right? See, there you go. I can create an ad for $10. Okay. Oh, okay. So in this case, for my particular case, it's too low. It must be $43 for all ad set budgets in this campaign because I've already had a preset. Yeah, a preset. So okay, for example, maybe I do a $50 budget. There you go. Hang on, yeah, because previously I already had a set for $50. But if you're new to this, you can definitely run an ad for lifetime for $10. It's absolutely possible. Go ahead, click on 10. All right. Next, what you want to do is click on continue. Now this is very important. This is the back end of how you are going to create that ad. Now remember what you just did with the audience insight. Remember what we did here. Hang on, huh? Okay. Remember what we did with audience insight? As soon as you build the audience, what you can do now is to save that audience, right? You can build it and you can hit the save button. There you go. And when you click on the save button, if you think that it's going to give you already enough of an exposure, what you now want to do is you want to click on this is my saved audience. Can you see that? Yeah, this is my saved audience. Or check this out. I want you can also actually create a completely brand new audience. It's up to you, right? So this is where you can actually create a brand new audience or create a custom audience, as I mentioned. If you click on custom audience, they will ask you, hey Bella, you can actually create an audience. You can actually run an ad based on people who have actually watched your videos before. Wow, easy peasy. You can also create an ad to be seen by everyone who is in your database. Check this out. You can also create an ad based on everyone who has interacted with you on Instagram as well. The list is endless. It's endless. Yeah. So what I want to do right now is I want to create a custom audience. Whatever that I've done before, I'm actually gonna just replicate that. All right. I can do the whole thing. I can just do it here accordingly. The same thing, put in the detailed targeting, click on this, put in their interest. So for example, again, I'm going to just, if I didn't save it, I'm going to start from scratch. Recall. and I'm going to click on suggestions. You see, as you can see here, Chinese Asia, blah blah blah. These are all the interests. See, this is what they are. This is the amount of reach I'm probably going to get, right? Here is the most important thing. Please do not make the same mistake here. Do not click on automatic placements. This is where your ads go wrong. What you want to do is you want to click on manual placements, and then from here on out, this is where you are actually going to actually manually place your ads accordingly on the different platforms. So you have Facebook and IG feed, you have stories, you have in-stream, you have messages, you have in-article. This is where your budget is going to be stretched across the platform. If you are running an IG story ad, if your target is only millennials and you want to actually just create an ad for millennials, then uncheck feed. Make sure you only run an ad on Facebook stories, and there you have it. You have an ad specifically for Facebook and Instagram story. See, you can just uncheck, or you can click on feed. It's up to you, right? And as you do that, as you select where these ads are going to go, say for example, I know everyone here is very curious about Facebook story ads, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to uncheck feed, right? And then I'm going to basically tell Facebook that I'm going to run this ad tomorrow, right? And it's going to end up for maybe a month or something. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to run stories ad. Hang on. Click continue. There you go. All right. So as you can see, this is where you're going to put the creative. And remember what we want to do? We want to actually put an Insta story ad, right? An Insta story ad. So what you have to decide is you have to decide whether or not you want to do a video or an image or a carousel. It's all possible, even if it is an Insta story. So here you go. You click on that single image or video. All right. You actually put I'm gonna clear my media, right? I'm actually gonna add my media. I'm gonna add my video, right? There's so many videos that I've done, so I'm gonna click this. Say for example, I've done that. Hit continue. Okay. This is my video. Yep. By the way, this was done all via InShot and Mojo together. It's literally so easy to create something like that. Now, what you can do is to understand that, hey, this is the feed text. Can you see that? That is the feed text, yeah? But if you're on stories, right, the primary text, this text, okay? Yeah, the text is actually going to appear, the text is actually going to appear on the video itself. Yeah, just so you know. So make sure that this is something that you have to decide. If you want to do an Insta story post only, then go ahead. If not, you can also produce this on the feed as well. It's up to you. Now, the most important thing, guys, is to click this, add website URL. Please, for goodness sake, please do not put a link to swipe up. You have to actually put a website link, and typically this is your sales page. Another thing that you need to take note is that you need to understand that the call to action really, really matters. This is not learn more anymore. This is gonna be a shop now. So, or in this case, this is a shop now, right? This can also be a get code, whatever. It's literally the CTA is there. So I'm gonna click on shop now, right? Once this is done, my pixel is up. This ad is now ready to go. And that's it. That is how easy it is to run an ad on IG story. Now, if I wanted to do a carousel, same principle. Click on the carousel. Okay. And now they're going to tell you, all right, this is where you're going to put your image. This is going to put your second image. This is where you're going to put your third image. And that is how we did an ad for carousel like this. See that? Every image, right? Right? This is all the ad that we have. Sorry, hang on. See ad details. There you go. See? You can put a learn button. You can put whatever CTA there. Sometimes an ad that is carousel like that works perfectly fine. Yeah. So this is what I'm trying to say. Because it's that easy to actually now create and execute an ad. No more complaints now, guys. It is that easy to create an ad. So this is how we're gonna wrap it all up. All right. So I'm gonna stop sharing now. I hope it's all clear. I hope it's all clear. And you must remember a few things. Remember this. Your ads do better if you don't send them straight to a website. You have to send them to a sales page URL. Don't send them to the general page of your site. Send them to a sales page or a lead gen page. Don't send them to a site. It's not going to work unless you want to just bring traffic to the site. The other thing that I wanted to tell you as well is that the most important thing is the creative itself. I've told you so many different tools that you can actually utilize, okay, that you can actually utilize for your ad creative. The thing that I want you to understand is that don't think that a realistic photo or a stock image, right? A stock image is not going to do you good for your ad. Sometimes when you overthink something, sometimes when you feel like I have to design it so nice, I have to use place it, I have to use more, sometimes it might not do well. It might not do well. So I'm going to give you one more tool. This website is fantastic. I'm going to give you a link, right, to help you out if you're just starting out with your advertisements, right? And you need to know and you need to understand what are some of the words that we can use for advertisements. Now that's one, right? Another tool that you must have is easel.com. Ladies and gentlemen, easel.com is your indefinite go-to when it comes to design. If you want to spend more time with your design work, if you want to create carousels that are fantastic, easel.com is the way to go forward. Really super easy. All right. So there you have it, guys. There you have it. That is how easy it is to create ads. So now I'm going to wrap up the class. I'm going to share with you a little bit of a reflection so that I know there's a lot to absorb, but this is so important. So please take note what I'm about to say as a conclusion to your ads masterclass. All right. I hope everyone's okay. Now, this is what I said about an ads during my my summit, and I wanted to actually tell you guys that sometimes when it comes to execution, right? When it comes to execution, you need to understand how the creative is really going to impact. Is really going to impact someone's interest in your products or the services. So maybe it's time to move away from literal ads. Maybe you can use a subtext in your ad. Maybe it can just be a piece of fruit, a picture of a fruit, and then you actually promote, to promote your product. You're using humor to actually promote your products and your services. You have to understand that when it comes to advertisement, try to execute more than 5 creatives because that is how you actually build and buy more eyeballs. Yeah. All right. Next. Determine as well if you want to humanize it. If you want to humanize it the same way Apple did it, make sure and ask yourself, how do I humanize it in such a way that it becomes a storytelling, a storyboard that is compelling? This is really key and really important. You humanize something, it means that you are making your ad more relatable to your audience. So this is one good storyboard to really focus on. The thing about Apple ads that does really well is that the soundtrack is so crucial and so key. Now, if you want to get soundtracks that's really lovely, I just told you vidivo.net is where you can get soundtrack. It's just absolutely amazing. If not, on your phone, it's just InShot. There are literally so many soundtracks on InShot. They go like, what? I can actually create an ad that's 30 seconds long where soundtrack is already in the app. Yes, you can. So take a look at InShot, combine the creative with Mojo and see what you can do because that is how Nimble has been doing all our stories and all our ads using these 2 powerful tools for our work. All right? Now, take a look at this again. If you have the time to actually go through the motion of running this, understanding these ads one more time, please take a look at it with a marketeer's point of view. That's how we grow our mindset about ads. Yeah. When you look at the next commercial, think about the storyboard, think about their copy, think about how and why they chose to only focus on the product, to focus on the character, so that it actually exudes a certain emotion and stuff like that. So this is where your creative direction is very important for your ad. All right? So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This is where I take your questions and your answers. If you have any questions at all, right? If you have any questions at all, please ask away. I thank you so much for extending this webinar because it's a live event. Sometimes, these things happen, but I really, really hope that that this is already an insight to prove to you that with a budget as little as $10, you can run an ad that is so, so impactful just because you got your keywords and based on their interest right. That's how we did it for Mariskin, and that's how we did it with so many of our clients. So I hope this is something that's an eye opener. It's an eye opener, yeah. I mean, like I said, I ran an ad that had 20,000 over reach for just $50. Yeah. Are there any questions so far? Ask away, guys. Ask away. Yeah. All right. If there's no questions, let's do one more reflection here. Now, it took me some time for me to really nail advertisements, to be very honest. We are always on the lookout for more tools, more fancy gadgets, more apps to actually create advertisements that really, really pop. So what is really, really important for me is to ask yourself, if you already have a product that you want to market, to ask yourself, how do I execute that storyboard? How do I execute that ad? Do I do a carousel? Do I do a humanizing carousel? Do I do like a video for it? This is really, really important. That the creative at the end of the day is where you get it to be thumb stopping for your audience. Next, may I just warn you? Yeah, you will start to enjoy. Okay, you will start to enjoy the process of ad creation because you go like, wow, with just $50, right? With just $50, you can create so much impact because that's the truth. So this is my final bit. If you are really serious about your ad, let's take a look at how we monitor our ads. Yeah, I'm going to share a tool with you. This is the final thing. And this is how we monitor our ads. Welcome to ClickUp.com. This is absolutely free. And as you can see here, the way we create ads and how we create ads and how we monitor ads, yeah, is basically a plan, an entire plan of how we did it this way via this process called ClickUp.com. Now, what we're gonna do is that I'm gonna explain a little bit more about ClickUp.com via post-webinar email, so that you can actually follow through how we actually put in our budget across here, so that we can monitor what really, really happens with our budget, because it's really important, ladies and gentlemen, to really find out where the budget goes for our campaign at the end of the day. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is ClickUp.com and how we monitor how successful our ads are, because sometimes the Facebook ads at the back end of it can be very convoluted, and what we want is clarity for what we do with our advertising budget. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have enjoyed this entire presentation. I hope, congratulations everyone, you survived this 2.5 session by morning. I hope this is an incredible insight to what ads are all about. And if you have any questions at all, let's take it right after class. Post-webinar, there's a lot more. And of course, I will be teaching a bit more advanced, storyboarding and stuff like that in the pipeline as well. So do check them out. Thank you, Nimble Girls. Thank you, Chuntie, Mr. Sulki, Nurul, all the way. Thank you so much for being here. Kishori, if you're listening, thank you everyone for being here with me, spending time with me. I hope this is an incredible insight to your ads management moving forward. And I wish you all the best. And I see you in my next webinar. Thank you, everyone, and have a good Saturday. Thanks, everyone.